I would say today, hopefully we have better data than we had back then and can try to get a little bit more pattern recognition on what kinds of things are going to click. But it's also an artistic endeavor. You never fully know until it's out there what's going to really fly. I think we do look a lot at the data, what converts people to subscribe. We have tried to detach ourselves from feeling like we have to be the paper of record and be at every single legislative hearing of every single body and we can't. And B, to your point, a lot of this stuff does not take off. And so we have to be more relevant. Now, that doesn't mean not doing journalism, but we have to be able to find the needle in the haystack of stories that are the most important and not feel like it's our job just to sort of show up, if you will. And so that's been a pretty big shift for us as an institution. It's a necessary one. It's not that we don't wish there were a human being at every single public meeting, for example, because sometimes that's where you discover stories. But with data and transcripts and AI and all of it, you can find other ways to sort of sift through existing public data to find the gems that are out there. But ultimately that comes back to for us anyway, as a for-profit media institution, what's going to convert someone to subscribe? And we look at all the data that helps someone get to that place. The good news is it's not just cat videos. In fact, it's very rarely the stuff that's like light and sort of cheap, because that stuff you can get anywhere. It's more often the deep investigative story or the really quality restaurant review or the hyper-local piece that really can change a community that is what converts people. We have to do that at scale. And that's the challenge, and I think that's what everyone's trying to figure out with decreasing numbers of journalists in this country. 75% fewer journalists in the last decade than were here 10 years ago. You know, it's just, to scale from a boots on the ground standpoint, it's just harder with less folks doing the work. And that's where I think the business model innovation has to come in on new ways to try to bring money in the door. And